So we will be studying about the main fifth step. So as you already know that there are different stages in design process. In that, one of the stage or step we call it as select the proper kinds of windows. So in that we'll be studying about what are the Windows characteristics, what are the Windows components, what is window presentation styles, what are types of windows, and organizing window system function, a window operation, web frame and pop-up windows. So these are some of the example of what the basic windows here. Next is what is a window. So the basic definition of window is nothing but it's an area of the screen defined by the border that contains particular view. So it's nothing but it's a small component which is occupying a part of your screen. So there are different types of characteristics, a name or a title, and which is allowing it to be identified, and what is the size and width, what is the state of that, whether it is accessible or not accessible or active, and about the visibility, and what is the location, and how it is presented, what are its management capabilities, and what are the things that has been highlighted, what is function, what is task. Okay, these are some of the characteristics. Next, what makes the windows attracted? It means what makes the window to get attracted towards the user. The first one is the various presentation levels of information and the presentation of multiple kinds of information and the sequential presentation of levels or kind of information and accessing of different sources of information and combining multiple sources of information and performing more than one task and reminding and monitoring and executing multiple tasks. So all these characteristics, we can also call it as another type of characteristics. All these things attracts the user towards the windows. And what are the constraints that you might follow while designing of the window is, first one is historical consideration, that is the previous observation what you have made. Based on that you can tell uh, how to design a new window design there, and what are its hardware limitations, what are its human limitation, what are the other limitation if anything is there. That means if we are going to do with a trying to design a new window design, you have to consider all these factors. What was the previous consideration, what is its hardware limitation, what are the human limitation or any other limitation that is present there. Next is what are the components of windows. So in this we have the different components of window are frame, title bar icon, window sizing buttons, and what this button, menu bar, status bar, scroll bar, split box, toolbar, command area, size grip, work area. You can see over the screen there one example. We have status bar, horizontal scroll bar, resize corner, scroll arrow, vertical scroll arrow, toolbar, close, minimize, maximize, title bar, file menu bar. These are nothing but different components of the windows. So we will see one by one what is frame. Frame is nothing but it is something like a rectangle in shape, which we call it as a border in which we'll try to put the content. And title bar is at the top edge of the window. It is inside the border, okay, in which we will trying to give the naming of the window. It is a caption area or a title area where we'll try to give the description of identifying for what purpose the window has been designed. Next is title bar icon. It is at the left corner of the title bar in the primary window. It is something like a pull down menu and its width is 16x16 version. Next is what is window sizing button. Window sizing buttons are nothing but it is something like maximize, minimize as well as close and restore button that we usually see when we open any window. We have a maximize and then it is located at the right corner where you can see maximize, that is what we call it as maximize, minimize, and restore button there of the window. So the same thing, the explanation is given. We have maximize, minimize, close button. Next is what is this button. So what is this button is nothing but it basically it appears on the secondary window there. It is something like a dialog box. So that means we have primary window and secondary window when you go with respect to different types of window. In that primary window is nothing but the main window where you have multiple icons. When you click on those icons, it navigates you to the secondary windows. Next is the menu bar. Menu bar are nothing but it is the one of the important part of your window in which all the items, what we call it as, we have different option which is present on your screen, which is directly visible to the user. By clicking on that, you're going to get a pull down menus with further other options. Next is status bar. So in the status bar, you can access the different information. The user can view the content and it is present at the top of the screen. Okay, where you'll come to know where exactly your information content is present there. Scroll bar, it is used for what? Scrolling the display contents, or it is also called as, it is an elongated rectangular container containing a scroll area which you can move the data upwards or downwards. Next is split box, in which you can have a split bar where the entire window you can divide into what? Multiple areas, different panels. So toolbars are nothing but it is something like it's permanently display panel. It's an array of choices, something like ribbons, toolboxes, rulers, and then the palettes. And command area. Command area is it is something like where you can execute multiple tasks, in which you will be typing some through the keyboard. You're going to give some command and it executes on your screen. Next is size grip. Size grip basically are used for what? Resizing of your windows. It is something like it present at the lower right corner of your window, where you can increase or decrease the width or size of your windows. And work area, it is nothing but it's a portion on the screen where user performs various tasks. It's something like open area inside the window bar, and it contains many components like menu bar, scroll bar, and the message bar. So these are nothing but the different components